Growers and PCAs count on Chateau because it's effective on more than 90 of the toughest winter annual broadleaf and grass weeds in crops like almonds, pistachios, walnuts, grapes, and alfalfa. Chateau delivers proven long-lasting residual control, and Chateau can be used on new plantings and young non-bearing trees and vines. Even better, Chateau is weather-ready and farm-ready. Chateau stays where you put it and doesn't photodegrade as it waits for moisture activation. Other pre-emergence herbicides can leach, co-distillate, and/or photodegrade, reducing performance. And Chateau is activated with only a quarter inch of rainfall or irrigation water. Take control and keep control of weeds with Chateau herbicide. To learn more, talk to your PCA or go to valent.com/Chateau. And while you're there, find out how Asana XL insecticide protects trees from dormant peach twig borer. Always read and follow label instructions.
A superior nutritional supplement called Arbor Vitae has taken Australia by storm, and it's now available in the U.S. Arbor Vitae contains a unique combination of maritime pine bark, aloe vera, honey, and an enzyme from papaya seeds. This potent supplement was developed to impact inflammation in the human body. Arbor Vitae helps blood circulation and respiratory function. Its anti-inflammatory properties can also relieve minor muscle and joint pain. To order, log on to ARBORVITAEUS.com or phone 1-800-570-0433 and enter code KCAA at checkout to receive a 10% discount. Arbor Vitae is Mother Nature's helping hand. Order this unique supplement now. Call 1-800-570-0433 and mention that you heard it on KCAA to get a 10% discount.
Look around your office. Is it time to change things up? Start a new home office or reorganize your professional office space? Visit Office Furniture Outlet in Corona and you'll feel great. With a huge inventory of both new and pre-owned office furniture, you can buy, sell, or even trade to get the job done. Office Furniture Outlet in Corona will get you looking and feeling good, and that simply means success and great business results. From executive office collections to home office options, you can find exactly what you need at an affordable price. Office Furniture Outlet. They have desk selections that range from modern and contemporary to traditional and elegant. With a large selection of sizes, finishes, and styles, you can design an office just the way you need it. An office you can be proud of. The Office Furniture Outlet in Corona is just south of the 91 freeway in McKinley at 284 DuPont Street, or visit OFOUSA.com. That's OFOUSA.com for the Office Furniture Outlet in Corona today.
Hi, I'm Dr. Bob Marshall, PhD, host of Healthline. Our pollen defleur is on special. Key help if you're waking up at night to urinate. Natural support for the bladder, prostate, urinary, immune, and menopausal health. Buy 2 bottles, get the third one free. Call 800-370-3447. And you can visit us online at qnlabs.com.
KCAA. Jump off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, laugh, love, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And welcome. You are tuned into my weekly talk radio show called Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa every Tuesday at naturally high noon here in Hollywood, California, Sunset Gower Studios with Universal Broadcasting Network Radio, TV, and then every Thursday at 7, Saturday at 1 on my syndicated CNBC, NBC News channel, KCAA on AM 1050, FM 102.3, FM 106.5, and syndicated everywhere that iHeartRadio covers. So there's just no shortage of ways that I'm splattering you with hope and happiness, because this is a show where there's no scandal, no gossip, and no K-words, no Kardashian talk at all, because I want you to focus on your own reality show and how you can be happy 88% of the time. And I'm so glad that you've joined me. I'm going to start with a little very, very happy birthday today is the last day my older daughter, is a teenager. So tomorrow it's her birthday. So happy birthday, dear Chloe May Carpenter, best big girl in the whole wide world. Happy birthday to you. I love you so much. I love you dearly. I used to say that all the time when they were kids. Anyways, now that I've completely embarrassed her, she's in Ithaca, New York, Cornell's second year, and she's trying to decide whether just to be a PhD or an MD PhD. So, yes, didn't fall far from this tree. I also would like to give a peace in, peace out shout out to little Marnie, who I met having sushi with my buds, Kirby and Barbara, and also a peace shout out to Janet from Seal Beach, who was kind enough to compliment my monthly column in The Sun. And I also want to give a special commendation to my choir boss, Ricky BB. We did a phenomenal benefit concert on Sunday for the hurricane victims all over the world, not just in America, Florida, Houston, also the fires in Montana, as well as those impacted in the Caribbean and in Cuba. So we're just going to take a breath right now, and we're going to release healing and hope and comfort to anyone impacted by those natural disasters. And I would like to give a shout out to two amazing musicians. I mean, there were many amazing musicians on Sunday, but especially to my two past guests, Charles Holt and Sheila Nichols, who sang their hearts out. And we're actually a donation center now. So this week, if you have donations for hurricane victims, agapelive.com. Excellent customer service shout outs to Mike at the Edible Arrangements, who hopefully Chloe is not listening. She's going to be surprised with a basket of happy birthday fruit tomorrow. And xie xie, and that's Mandarin for thank you. I did not say a bad word. Xie xie to my listeners and viewers. I am now 99,276 views on YouTube, all organic, didn't pay for anything. I'm so grateful for the support that I'm getting there and for the comments, even though some of them I had to do something with because I really do just want good, positive, high energy comments there. All right. And guess who's coming on the air? Any of you MASH lovers? Yes. Hot Lips Houlihan, Loretta Swit, will be my Sexual Healing with Dr. Marissa guest at the end of this month. And then in December, I will be having Potsy from Happy Days. So it's a blast to the past. If you've missed any of my other blast to the past shows with Jerry Mathers from Leave It to Beaver, Marianne from Gilligan's Island, Dawn Wells, who's been on several times. We're buddies now. Hi, Dawn. And just go to my YouTube and you'll get those shows and enjoy them there. And it is the second week of the month. It is my call-in series where I get to be Dr. Marissa, the kinder, gentler Dr. Laura. And I would like to acknowledge Jarvis Essex, who has been with me, and we've had 3 fantastic years on the air together, and he's doing other things now, so I'm bringing on some new folks. I've got Chris on the boards. His first show with me. Whoop, 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 whoop. And then my new co-producer, Kirby Williamson. So you'll see our shots on there. It is time for me to expand. And people have been telling that the whole time. So I'm looking forward to this new chapter in the book of Dr. Marissa. So first caller, I hope he's called in. Has he called in yet? William, who's calling in from Michigan. Is there a caller waiting on the line? No, he hasn't called? Okay. Well, we will get a hold of him. And Kirby, here's your first job. That number there. So if you, we'll go to the balance bar right now and do some of that first. So we'll have our little balance bar announcement. Yep. And so the first thing that we're going to cover is the 21-day fast from complaining with Dr. Marissa. Today is day 12. If you have not joined the Balance, my 21-day fast, then please do, because it is a time for us. And I think if you could tell him to go ahead and call the station number, that would be great. Today's tip to not complain is I borrow from His Holiness the Dalai Lama. If there is a problem and a solution, there's nothing to worry or complain about. And if there is a problem or no solution, there's still nothing to worry or complain about. Choose, breathe, and smile. I am warning you, if you would like to try this fast, which started July 1st, 2011, I've got thousands of people who try not to complain for 21 consecutive days in a row. There are some side effects. You will feel better and you will look better and people around you will be happier. So if you don't want any of those side effects, please do not join the fast. But every month on the first of each first day of the month, we do start the fast over. We are on round 75 right now. Today is day 12. If you want to just start fresh and complain all you want for the rest of September and start with us October 1st, you're welcome to do that too. If you would, though, register with me at forbalance.org, only because if you do manage to do 21 consecutive days, you will win a prize, like Eva from Kentucky, like Daia from Long Beach, and Janina from Japan. They all won a 52-card pick-me-ups, Stacking the Deck for Life Balance with Dr. Marissa. So if you'd like the opportunity to do that, then do register that with me. Also, please do get my app. It was created by teenagers just for those of you who don't want to go to Facebook first thing in the morning and get my tips, so you can have them on your phone. There's also a way to post how you're doing and challenge other people. So please do get that. It's only 99 cents. And as always, all of my Balance products, all proceeds go to my peace work around the planet. All righty. And are we ready? We are ready. We have our first caller on the line for my special series where I get to balance people's life tires and smog check their stinking thinking. So welcome to the show. I believe we have William from Michigan. All right. We can give him a clap.
Yes.
There we go.
Good.
And welcome. Sorry, we had a little fun trying to get a hold of you, but that's okay. You're here now. Feet on the ground, palms up, eyes gently closed, taking a deep breath in through the nose, and releasing all the stories and the drama. And one more deep breath in. And connect with me through Chi Eternal Energy. And when you're ready, open your eyes. And now, William, on a scale of 1 to 10, when it comes to your health and well-being, how would you rate yourself? 1 being not so great, 10 being fabulous. What's your number?
5.
5. Okay. And then on the area of relationships, same scale, what would you rate yourself as?
I would say a 6.
6. And then in the area of job and career, what would you rate yourself as?
I would say a 8.
8. Oh, all right. So you have your choice. You can either do health and well-being or relationships, and we'll try to up that number. 8 is a lucky number. It's a homonym in Chinese for good fortune, so we're going to stay with that one. We're not going to go perfectionist and try to get it to 10.
Awesome.
So where would you like to go?
Awesome. Health and well-being.
All right. So what do you know in your head would help bring that number up to an 8? What aren't you doing?
Well, the things that I've got going on, I've had going over the last 15 years. I'm a gastric bypass patient. I lost over 300 pounds. I was 544 pounds. I gained 80, all due to stress, because I'm still a stress eater. That never changed.
All right.
So I'm basically trying to get back my sea legs, but just getting that focus back in my life. I miss that part of me.
Okay. All right. So the first thing I'd like you to do is, you are not a stress eater. That's not your title. That's not your that's not who you are. Okay? You are someone who has a habit of eating when you're under stress. Got it? Okay.
That's a good way to look at it.
Big difference. Big difference. And words are power. And habits can be changed. All right? Takes 21 days to break a bad habit, 21 days to create a good new habit. So we're just this is not a big deal. We're just going to create a new habit. So instead of eating when you're stressed, I want you to have sex when you're stressed. I'm just kidding. So I mean, that could be a new habit, right?
This is a great show, man. I'm already happy about that. I called it the right time.
Right. I mean, why not? Why not? Right? I mean, God, it would be boring if I told you to go take a walk. I mean, you could just go take a walk. How about this? When you're stressed, if making whoopee is not practical, you don't throw down your workmates. If it's not practical, then we can do other things. Okay? So what are some things that you like to do that you never have time to do?
Well, as I gave you my email description, I'm going through a lot of life changes right now. I'm actually ready to relocate from Michigan to Las Vegas.
Yep.
And my work situation is changing. My relationships are changing as well. So I'm kind of in no man's land right now as far as all of that.
Yep.
I'm just trying to find. When you said getting balance, that's exactly what I was calling you for. It's like, please just help me find a balance and entering this new phase of my life. And trying to figure those things out on the fly has been my albatross.
Okay.
For
so
purposes.
No albatross. Everything is an opportunity to create. You are in full-on creation mode. You are full-on going to do anything. Like, everything is possible now. Things are limitless. That doesn't sound like albatross to me. It's your choice. You can see it as a weight, a burden. What am I going to do? How am I going to do it? Where am I going to land? How am I going to manage? Okay, all of those questions are not soothing questions. So every morning when you get up, I want you to say, I can't wait to see what great things are going to present themselves today. So I want you to write that on a little piece of Post-it and post it the first thing you do when you wake up. Because every time you sleep, and this is something I learned from Esther Hicks, every time you sleep, you reset. Every time you meditate, you reset. So you can start your day over at any time. If you start feeling panicked, if you're starting to feel overwhelmed, go take a nap. Go take a walk.
Now, I do that. I've done that. So
Good.
That has helped. And when you're talking about Esther Hicks, I love the Hicks family, and I love what they're talking about. I read a lot of those kind of books.
Good.
And I'm feeling that kind of way now because all of this stuff is a big open page to me right now.
It is.
I'm really letting go of a whole lot of stuff here in Michigan.
Good.
And I am trying to embrace all of that as change, but it's like the change is scary and it's just big, but I'm doing it. And I'm walking through it, and things are lining up.
Good.
I was just wowed by it all.
Good. Now, so
when you're telling me to do that, I can relate.
Good. And if you've just tuned in and you're wondering who I'm talking to on the phone, it is call-in second week of the month. I was going to say Tuesday, but I'm also on Thursday and Saturday, so it's the second week of the month call-ins. And I have William on the line calling from Michigan. He's about to move to Vegas, and I'm giving him some balance tools so that he's not overwhelmed and he's not stress eating. So the first thing I'd like you to do is really get in touch with the voices that are making you crazy. So you've got some voices in your head that are saying, you're never going to be able to do this. Why are you doing this? Why are you making changes when nothing was really that broken? Why are you trying to do this? You're not going to succeed. You're going to fail. You're going to fall flat on your face. You're going to come back with your tail between your legs. You're ruining things that you had that were going good. So do you have that voice?
Yes,
Okay.
Oh my God! Wow. Yes.
I just love my
pulled,
job.
I just
I
pulled
just
him.
love.
I don't know you're good. You're good. You're good. I just pulled the plug on an 8-year business that I had. I literally just pulled the life support from it.
No, you
and
didn't.
people are pissed at me.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You had 8 beautiful years in the chapter of your life of a business that was wonderful, served a lot of people, generated some money energy, and you had a great time. That's all. You have not changed.
I
The
did.
business
I
has
did.
not.
I personally
Okay.
did.
So you know what? That's the voice that you are going to strengthen. Everything that I just said comes from balanced, centered William. Okay? All of the freak out voices are coming from 2 people. One is your critic. Okay? Everybody has a critic, that voice that tells you woulda, shoulda, coulda. So who was very critical of you when you were growing up? What's their name? Jerry? Was there a Jerry?
No, Jerry. No, there wasn't a Jerry.
Okay.
My stepfather was critical, but I never really paid attention to him. I always kind of moved in my own lane.
Okay.
But it was mostly my own self-talk, because that's the thing that I had to really overcome.
Yes.
And you just nailed me a couple of times in just how I talk.
Yes. So but we can't
if
call
anything,
that
I battle
voice.
with that more than anybody.
Okay. Well, but it started somewhere. So we're just going to use his name. Okay. Just so it's a quick identification of the critic. So his name was
AB.
AB? Okay. So AB.
Yep.
Thank you very much. I've heard this before. I really have heard it, and it's not the truth. And I know you're trying to protect me. I know you're trying to make me better, but it's not helping. Have a seat. You got to be tired. Take a vacation. Come sit here on the passenger seat. I'm driving. So what's balance-centered William is driving your life car from this moment on. Today, September 12th, 2017, okay? AB has moved into the passenger seat. Got it?
Right.
So balance-centered William is saying things like, I had 8 beautiful years here. I can't wait to see what's going to happen in the next chapter. Don't know how long the chapter is. I wonder every day what's going to come. And I just heard the co-founder of Priceline. I was at I forgot to say peace in and peace out to all the people that I met at the City Summit Business Acceleration Conference last week. It was fabulous, put on by Ryan Long, past guest, fabulous friend, who invited me to cover the event. And one of the speakers was Jeff Hoffman, who's co-founder of Priceline. And you know how the idea of Priceline.com came? In bits and pieces that made absolutely no sense. And so this is your exciting adventure. Every day you're going to have bits and pieces that are going to come together that you have no freaking clue how it's going to come together, but it will come together, and you get to play. Your life is now your playground. I call my life a joyride. I have stops all the time, and man, are they fun stops, okay? So if you can get your frame in your head, in your balance-centered William, to want to dive and drive and play and fly, then it's going to be exciting. If you let AB get in there and constantly hammer you with the doubt and the fear and the lack and the limitation, you might as well stay. That's your choice. Choice is our biggest, most valuable life tool. To choose what you want to think, to choose what you want to say, and to choose what you want to believe. That's up to you. So I have another thing for you to replace your stress eating with. You stress, you feel it coming on. You have a picture of what do they call those? What are those donuts? The Krispy Kreme donut. You have a Big Mac. Okay, that's your thing. Okay, so you're starting to think about it. It sounds like it's a good idea. I want you to take a breath. Okay, and then let McDonald's go. And then the first thing you do is Look around. Can you have sex with anyone? No, that's not going to happen. Okay, next thing you do, turn on an Abraham Hicks thing, or go to your computer and start putting in Las Vegas in the search term. You're going to look for DJ in the search term. You're going to look for fun DJ in Vegas. You're going to take that energy that the AB wants to use to sabotage yourself. Now, there's another person who's trying to sabotage yourself. Everyone has them. They're called the brat. Everybody has an internal brat. My internal brat's name is Agnes. And Agnes is the one who says, no, I don't feel like it. So the critic will say, you really should. You should be looking for a better place to say. You should be looking for the. You're never going to get it done. And then the brat, and then so balance-centered William will say, no, thank you very much. We really need to do this, and this is something we can do right now, and we have time, and it's going to be fun. And then the brat will say, you're not the boss of me. I don't feel like doing that right now. I would much rather have my Big Mac, so screw you and let me eat it. So that's your brat, okay? And your brat has also been running your life, the gain of 80 pounds. That's your brat. Your brat's getting in there and tussling with your critic, and nowhere to be found is balance-centered William. So as of today, we are birthing and growing and doing reps and strengthening balanced-centered William. Do I hear a yes?
Yes.
Do I hear and so it is?
So it is.
Do I hear an amen? Do I hear a woman? Okay. So this is who you are. I mean, you know this stuff. You know more than you think you do. You know the common sense stuff. You know the logic stuff. You know what to do, but you're not doing because you don't love yourself enough to take a hold of who you are at the core of who you are. Who you are at the core of who you are is a magnificent being who's balanced and centered and who knows how to act on his own behalf. You know who that is. Now, he's been kind of buried for a little while, and today he is rising again. One way or the other, he's rising again.
One way or the other, I appreciate it.
All right. So.
Well, I call it my term. The term I've been using, doctor, is scared-sighted.
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 Very good.
I'm more afraid not to take the opportunity than I am of it.
Yeah. So you're sight scared.
Because
you're not scared-sighted. You're excited first.
It presented itself in such a way I was like, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, and here's the thing, darling. It's a practice. It doesn't come like that. There's no lever here. There's not a switch. I am switching you on, but you have to work out your internal muscles to keep that on, and not go down the habit trail. Ooh, I like that. The habit trail instead of the rabbit trail.
Right.
Okay, so. I really don't need anybody to pat me on the back, do I? So what I'd like you to do is really work those muscles. That's your work. Your work is to just act on your own behalf, strengthen your balance center self, and the rest will follow. So every day you're allowed, 12% screw ups. As long as you do this 88% of the time, every day, you're going to be fine. There's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to be afraid of. There's nothing to be. Okay, have you? You're not 12. Okay, I'm not going to ask how old you are, but you're not 12, and I don't think you've been like so underground. Right? You've always known how to take care of yourself, right? Nothing's changing. The only thing that's changing is that you're not going to have so much freaking snow. I mean, that's the only thing that changes. People are people all over. People love music all over. You are creative. You will be creative all over. I mean, if nothing else, it's like you're doing a Shirley MacLaine, except you're in the same body. You're just going to enjoy. I've never said that before. Right. So you're just going to enjoy yourself in another place. And you know, you're not doomed to Vegas. You're going to have a lot more people visit you. I can tell you right now. You're going to have friends come and visit you.
Right.
You can always get on a plane and go back if you want. So there's nothing to be afraid of. And this is the kind of talk, if you just take everything that I've said, and that's your balance-centered William. I'm channeling your balance-centered William. Got it?
You are. I appreciate it. I really look forward to really being on that side of the world with you guys. And I would love to come visit for you guys out.
Absolutely.
With Dr. Beckwith and all that. I would love to.
Yes, and would love to see you at Agape, and you can always do the live streaming until then. But here's the thing: take a breath. I know you. I know who you are. You are a creative, fun-loving, compassionate, big-hearted, formerly big-bodied, kind, creative, did I say creative? Musical, lyrical, courageous, fun, funny. That's who you are. I know you. All of the other stuff is, do you have tendencies once in a while to stress eat? Yes. Do you have tendency once in a while to blow things off? Yes. Do you have tendency once in a while to take the easy way out? Yes. But that's not who you are. That's not the core of who you are. Those are some bad habits that you've picked up along the way to deal with whatever you had to deal with when you were younger. But there's no water anymore. You can let the raft go. You built that raft to protect you. There's no water anymore, darling. You are, it's all smooth sailing from here. Yes?
God bless you. Thank you.
Aw, good.
Yes.
Yes, I could. Okay, good. To breathe into the tears. Tears are good. Tears. I love when people cry because that means I touched their heart. I got to see their heart. And you do need to. There's another character. We didn't have time to get into her or him, and that's the sad one. That's the one who I'm doing a lot of work right now to get in touch with. That's the one that wasn't allowed to cry. That's the one that wasn't allowed to say I'm hurt. That's the one that was not allowed to say I'm sad. And so you're going to heal that part of you as you are strengthening your balance-centered self. Okay, so tears are the disinfectant that keep your heart soft, and you have a soft heart, and you're not a stress eater. You're developing new habits. You're gonna have a lot of sex, and you're gonna have a lot of Esther Hicks tapes because you're gonna do that instead. That's just the way it's gonna be. The bypass was just a helpful tool. You're not that person. Okay. You're the person that I just listed. I want you to re-listen to this over and over again because I know that you don't believe it fully, but do you believe that I believe it?
Yes.
Yes. So just hang on to my belief until you can believe it yourself. Yes?
Yes.
Aw. You're beautiful.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you too, darling. All right. Thank you so much. That was William from Michigan, formerly from Michigan, and he's going to be now in Las Vegas. Oh. That almost blew me out of my speaker. But I'm so grateful. I just love this. If you would like some free balance advice that I don't use, please do contact my new co-producer, Kirby Williamson, and you can get him through my website and sign up so that you don't have to wait in line for our next call-in, which will be in October, possibly in November, but we'll put you on that list. Because when we come back from break, we are having a special little report. I've been invited to go to Soldiers Field, and I can't wait to tell you why and how you can support it as well. I'll be back in 2 and 2 after we hear from the sponsors that make this show possible. Remember, it's all about balance. Peace in and peace out. Okay, jazz lovers, it's time to celebrate life with a Catalina Island weekend getaway with jazz greats like Rick Braun, Richard Elliott, Manhattan Transfer, Take Six, Gerald Albright, and Norman Brown. Don't miss the 31st Jazz Tracks Festival at the beautiful Avalon Casino on Catalina Island 2 weekends, October 12th and 19th. Tickets are selling out fast, so go to jazztracks.com. That's jazztracks with an X.com today. Do you live in Southern California? Want a great car wash with an instant discount? Want to save big on a car detail? Then mention Dr. Marissa at the Cypress Car Spa for up to $40 off of a professional detail package and any $4 off any wash. Cypress Car Wash is located at the corner of Valley View and Cerritos, 6000 Cerritos Avenue. So get ready to save. Mention Dr. Marissa at Cypress Car Spa and save today. And we are back. You are tuned into my weekly talk radio show called Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa every Tuesday at naturally high noon on Universal Broadcasting Network in Hollywood, California, and on Thursday and Saturday on my CNBC, NBC News Radio syndicated channel, KCAA, AM 1050, FM 102.3, FM 106.5, and now everywhere on iHeartRadio. And you just heard William, who did a call-in from Michigan. Beautiful. If you missed it, you can get it again on Thursday or go to my YouTube channel after that. And instead of a second caller, I have a special little treat for us today because I got invited to go to Soldiers Field, and it's for a very good cause. So please welcome to the studio two of my buds and co-conspirators in life to balance out all the bad news and to focus the light of love on areas that are formerly in darkness. So I have a new friend. Yeah, they get their applause ahead of time. Not because they deserve it, Dave, right? This is my wordplay friend. He is a past guest of mine. He's incredible. He has a program that has been approved by the Pentagon, among other things. He's all about your peak performance and how you can be excellent in your life and do the very best that you can. His name is Dave Austin. And then, there we go. And then, because he loves the applause. So you just like total, see, that's what I'm saying. And then my new friend that I got to meet in August, who is, I call him affectionately my brother, who is wonderful, wonderful all the way through and has a heart just this big, beyond limitless. His name's Mark Haddis. He is the founder of this organization that's putting on Journey's Dream, and he also has the uncanny ability to look into people. And I'll never forget, he looked into me and he goes, "Wow, you're like really clear. I've never seen anybody so clear energetically, except for one little area." And I'm like, "Really? Thank you." And he goes, "Yeah, there's one." I go, "What's that?" And he goes, "Well, it's an FU." And I'm like, "What?" And he goes, "That's the protective part." And he was absolutely right. So I've been doing some heart work trying to heal that part that is a little more, back off, just stay like this, come this close. And so I'm really grateful, Mark. I've been working very, very, very steadily on opening that heart more, so maybe I'll have one as big as yours soon. So that's my friends, and they're going to tell you about an opportunity to make a difference. So I don't know who wants to go first.
I'll go.
Okay.
So I'm getting some feedback, so on my side.
Oh, yeah, I'm getting a little feedback from you. Can you turn your microphone down?
Yes, how's that?
Better. Okay.
I can't hear you, but it's better.
Oh, okay. We can hear you.
All right. So one of the things that we have known about people for eternity is that we're loving human beings, right? We all treat each other well and with respect. And obviously that's not exactly true when we look out in the world. But I ended up building a company and selling a company and going through kind of a personal crisis where I felt very divided. I wasn't really clear on who I was. I was trying to please ideas I had of what I was supposed to be, and ended up going through a transformation that was a very healthy transformation for me. But the beginning of it was kind of scary. And I ended up in a psych ward, and I was diagnosed as bipolar. So being a business leader and then in the psych ward diagnosed as bipolar, I wasn't very comfortable with that. And as I got comfortable with it, I realized that the worldview was that I was kind of broken and there was no way to get well, and I'd be on medications the rest of my life. And it just didn't resonate as being true for me. So I am a very faithful spiritual person, and I prayed for guidance. You know, if there was a way to heal it, that way would appear, and it did. So I was extremely thankful that it did. And it took about 3 years, but I ended up getting to a very healthy state off all medications. And that's been that way for about 3 years. And I connected with some other really brilliant people who had been affected by mental health in a way. And they had lost their son, Journey, who had been diagnosed as schizophrenic, and he walked off a 6-story building. And we collaborated and decided, let's build an organization where people can find resources of hope, where we could aggregate solutions that exist around the planet, and they could find those practitioners or those programs or whatever is good for them, but create a trusted resource for our society today and co-create it with many, many, many people. So that was the launch of Journey's Dream. And we're doing a big event on November 4th at Soldier Field, as you mentioned, with some really cool people I'll let Dave talk about, because he's had a big hand in pulling that together, to kind of come together as a community and celebrate a new belief system that all people can fully recover from a mental health challenge.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And I'm so glad it was true for you. And it is true for many, many people. I think it's way too easy to diagnose and then to get on that hamster wheel of medication that has side effects that are worse than the actual symptoms. So I tread lightly when I talk about this stuff. I'm not saying that medication doesn't have its use, but I think that if what you're talking about and looking at things holistically and bringing all the resources, the hope together is an absolutely necessary thing, and that's why I'm fully on board and wanted to have you.
And to echo that, we believe that medication is extremely useful as well. I mean, without it, I probably would have killed somebody or been dead. You know, so it helped stabilize me. It helped get me into a healthier state of being in order to then find the solutions. But it doesn't heal, and we know that. The medication, though, does help, bridge the gap as someone goes through whatever their healing transformation is.
Right. Great.
Yeah, I think it's important for people to know that there's all kinds of different modalities. And that's what we're becoming is that what Mark and Rex and Mitzi and Brea have formed is a place that there you can see all the things that are available to you. Because the truth is, if you lose hope, what do you really have? Nothing. And so, our tagline is hope is here. Come here and find the hope and meet you right where you are, because different things are perfect for different people. And we want to have it all there for you. So why did we choose Soldiers Field, where the Chicago Bears play in Chicago? I mean, one of the most historic NFL stadiums. Why do we choose that particular place?
Why, Dave?
Well, because it's Soldiers Field. And we're bringing together soldiers of hope. And that's who we all need to stand up. That's how we are going to make a difference in this world. We don't need weapons to do this. We need our hearts. We need our souls. We need commitment on all levels. And we can have an impact on this. 1 out of 4 people are affected by mental illness. Did you know that? I mean, it's dramatic.
1 out of 4. I've heard that. Yeah, I've heard 1 out of 4 are taking either antipsychotics or anti-anxiety or antipsychotics. So
think about that. And if we can have an impact on that, and there's an epidemic as far as suicides right now, especially in our youth, we have to hit this straight up. And there are answers. There's places, just people don't know where to turn. And
Yeah.
so we're bringing together anybody who wants to be a soldier of hope and take this on, because it takes an army. It takes all of us collectively saying, yes, we're going to have impact. So we chose Soldiers Field because it's the perfect place to, I believe, and we believe, to host the very first event to bring up awareness. And then, we have Frank Shankowitz, who friend of yours too,
Yep.
who started the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Yeah.
He's coming in because he is so committed to this, and he's had some issues when he was a highway patrolman that I didn't even know before, that he's going to share with us, because he had to be, brought out to the bloodiest scenes. And he had what many of our military guys have, that post-traumatic syndrome.
Right.
And so he had to go through that. And then David Stanley, who's brother of Elvis Presley, he was the one that found Elvis, there, died. And there's a lot of things that the media just doesn't know about the mental issues that were going on there. And Dave will come and share that. There's going to be some insights that are going to blow people away. But at the end of the day, it's not about the problem. It's always about the solution. And we're not going to stay in the problem. We're going to go to higher elevation. We're going to be in the solution. And there are solutions. Mark is an absolutely perfect example of a way to go through this.
Right.
And he now is helping so many others go through it. But there's all kinds of different things that we can do. And so we want to make that available for everyone, so they know there's always hope.
Great. Now, what different levels of involvement are we looking at? So we've got people that are invited to actually attend. I mean, obviously there's a lot of room, and we can expect to hear some great speakers. And there's going to be, people who have solutions that will be there with some samples. Is that what I'm guessing, or that all like tables of hope? And then we are looking for ground level sponsors, right? It's people who would like to support this work and come in as gold or platinum. Go ahead and explain all that.
Yeah, so thank you. We have, and we're still refining the exact points of the program, but yes, there's an opportunity for sponsors, to put their brand in front of this community. We're talking about hundreds of people that they can reach and support this organization, and also, bring, people from their company, their organization, whatever it is that they're sponsoring from. And there's a variety of things. If people are interested, they can certainly, reach out and contact us through journeysdream.org, or directly, individually, however you'd like to communicate that.
Yes.
But
journeysdream.org is the website. So I think I put it up there on their lower third, and I think I might have a snapshot. It's that turquoise purple. I did a shot of that. But they can go there and see the kinds of involvement, right? The level of support.
Yeah, so we have a sponsorship package we can share with anybody who's interested. We're looking for volunteers, people who they're passionate about this, but they may not have the funds to get out there and they want to participate. So we're looking for that. And then people can attend. And, this is a big part of this, is to create awareness. Let's create a coalition and awareness of the mission. Right. And as we start to create that coalition, we'll branch off and continue with additional fundraising activities. So we're raising some funds here, but that's going to be just part of the event. It's going to be a stellar, amazing, not only just a networking event, because there's going to be brilliant, awesome human beings there, but truly educational about some of the core advances that have been happening in this arena.
And we're going to share an amazing video up on the Jumbotron. You're going to do it, go big, I guess.
Right.
In Chicago, the Soldiers Field did a whole revamping of their stadium, and it's going to be an amazing event. I think we're all going to be able to lift each other up. I mean, and what I talked about earlier, go to that higher ground where all the solutions lie. Right. And it's the sponsors, to do something like this, to have this kind of world effect, you do need people to step up. But it's going to take, as I said earlier, an army, all of us uniting, all of us having that passion together, so that we will and know that we'll make a dent in the suicide rates and in those that are struggling, that maybe feel like they've lost hope, right now, they're going to
Mm-hmm.
find it here. This is just the kickoff to it all.
Yeah, yeah. It's not a life sentence. Two of my most important years of my life I actually spent at Hillview Mental Health Center when I was getting my degree, and I got to start as a psych aide and work up to program management level. And I had 18 chronically mentally ill patients, and I wrote music, a song for them. And if there's a piano out there, I think I'm gonna jump on it. But it was two of the most important years of my life because I learned the fragility between health and mental health and ill health, and it was just amazing. If you haven't seen, there's a movie called Awakenings that I tell all people to go see because it really helps you have compassion and identification for people who feel trapped in that. And I'm so grateful that the motto here is there's hope, and that it is on a field of hope, because it really, we're in this together. All 7.3 billion of us are in this together, and no one. I mean, that's what life is to discover, of what service we can be. So I'm grateful for your ideas. I'm grateful for your experience and how you have turned, Mark, you're a perfect example of people who have gone through hardship, from, millionaire tech to ending up in a psych ward, and then not hiding that experience, but using that experience now to turn that light back on an entire community that could use a little more hope. So for that, I'd like to give you Dr. Marissa's Beneficial Presence on the Planet Award. That's for you, Mark. Sorry, Dave, not today.
Hey, you know what? I'm clapping with that whole group. I'm right with you,
Yeah.
Marissa. It is amazing what Mark is doing, and how, think about how to be that vulnerable, that humility, going, as you say, a multimillionaire successful businessman, to say, hey, it doesn't matter how much money you make, doesn't matter where you are in life, these things happen.
Right.
And there are solutions. So
Absolutely.
I'm clapping with the group right there.
All right. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Mark. We are out of time. Journeysdream.org. If you know anyone who is touched by mental illness, if you know any facilities that would like to get, exposure at Soldiers Field, if we want to unite all of the separated efforts into one giant ball of hope, this is it. Thank you so much. And journeysdream.org. All right. Thank you. And we are at the end of the show. I have a couple more balance bar things where I invite you to come and balance with me. This Thursday, join me. I will be covering the Success International Conference put on by business guru and friend Bill Walsh at the LA Convention Center, and it is inspiration2020, I believe, .com, and you can get details on how to attend. It is a free event. Let me repeat, it is a free business expo, so please do join me on Thursday at the LA Convention Center. I will be there for the VIP breakfast and doing more interviews of some great speakers and people who have been successful in business. On Friday, join me in Costa Mesa Hotel when I MC the AWE, Asian Women Entrepreneurs Annual Luncheon. I'm grateful to have received the Business Person of the Year Lotus Award with them in 2014. And as part of my reward, I have to come back every year and MC the luncheon. So I'm doing that. Tickets are still available at aweusa.org. So I'll see you there. And are you a closet entrepreneur? Well, come aboard the Entrepreneurship, also known as the CEO Space International, that Forbes Inc. is the must-attend business conference, #1 business conference in America. I am on faculty there now, and I will be giving a keynote on Wednesday called Jump Off That Hamster Wheel into balanced living. So really, if you're not, tied up at work and you are an entrepreneur and it's time for you to release working for someone else's dreams to work for your own, then join me in Florida if it's still there in October. Also, I am teaching balanced Tai Chi Gong locally now in my hometown, finally, on Mondays. So if you would like to promote inner peace one breath at a time, join me in Seal Beach. Go to my Facebook page for details on that. Next week, we continue to highlight health with a show about concussions and how we can reduce the risk of concussions in sports with Oz Schaefer. He'll be here in studio. So you, for those of you who have kids in sports, for those of you who are concerned, we really don't even know. There's a large correlation between concussions and some of the symptoms that people think are mentally ill related, but they're actually the concussion impact. So Oz will be here next week to talk about that. And that is it for today's show. I am desperately just making sure that I gave you the right address for my Thursday. Please do just come to my website and you'll see. But it is, oh, yeah, I was right, inspiration2020.com. So I'll see you this Thursday. And remember to tune in every week for Take My Advice. I'm Not Using It. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa Pay. That's P for positive, EI. And remember, it's all about balance. Peace in and peace out.
You're listening to KCAA, your good neighbor along the way.